What's going on, everybody? Stars 10P Aviation here, and welcome everybody to the Winter 2026 Model Aircraft Collection Tour. I have more aircraft than ever right now. Current total is 60 with a bunch on order for a total of 71, as well as 3 non-400 scale models, which bring the total to 74, and at the moment with us right now, 63. So we have quite a bunch of new models from around East Asia and North America. A lot of very cool models. Very excited to show them off to you guys. And I'll kind of tell you about the future plans for the collection on the way. So let's start a collection off here with my trusty fleet of 3 tarmac-designed Cessna 208 Caravans by FedEx here. These are very helpful little aircraft for the Random Model Airport series and other airports I have. They fly all around the United States, and they're very nice to have in my collection. Here's an old staple. I think this was one of the newest aircraft at the time of my last the first collection update I did, about exactly a year ago now. We have the DHL 777 Freighter, the interactive series by Gemini Jets. Very cool, very nice airplane here. Love how the doors can open on this one. So anyhow, this aircraft is quite old. Moving on to the next one here, we're currently in the cargo section. We have the FedEx 757-200. I wish this was interactive. Looks like the door's like the perfect size for one, but unfortunately, that's not meant to be. Maybe one day we'll see an interactive 757 and 400 scale. That would be amazing. Anyhow, here we have that FedEx Boeing 757-200 freighter. Moving along here, we have the UPS Worldwide Services 757-200 freighter. Going over here, we're entering the Asia selection, or the Asia section of the area. So let's actually move us back over here. We have the Zip Air Boeing 787-8. This is a brand new model to the collection. I got this in the NG Models exchange. Great NG Models plane. Very big little aircraft, and my second 787-8. Let's move on back here. We have the All Nippon Airlines ANA 767-300. This is the newest model in my collection right now. Really great model. Got this for a great deal on eBay. This is by Phoenix, and it is an amazing release. Let's kind of move myself over here. Here we have the Solaceed Air 737-800 by Phoenix. Pretty good model. The tire did fall off this one. Here we have the Skymark 737-800. Nice plane. This has been a mainstay in the East Asia fleet for a while. Here we have the J Air Embraer 170 by JC WIngz. This one is a great little special livery here. It's the only J Air or Japan Airlines plane I have. Fuji Dream Airlines E170. This is an airline that will be growing a lot in my collection in 2026. My goal is to get every registration of the airline, which I think is about 20-ish aircraft. Moving on over here, we have another Skymark 737-800 in the Pikachu balloon livery here. I think it's Pikachu Jet. Very cool little livery. Got this one for Christmas. This one's from also NG Models, just like the other Skymark. Also from NG here, we have the ANA 737-700. I really wish they gave ANA a bit more standard livery attention, because NG really should be doing that instead of making specials, but it's fine. I'm sure they'll release some in the future. There's a lot of approved wishes up right now. Moving over here, we have some other East Asia models that aren't in the Japanese fleet. We have the Tiger Air in, I believe it's the year of the snake, I think, maybe? I don't remember what year it was, but the Tiger Air A320 with the sharklets here. Beautiful model. Also got this on Christmas. That's JC WIngz. Here we have a Gemini with a very scuffed engine, Air China A320 Neo. And one of the oldest planes in my fleet, the Air China A350 by Gemini. Here we have another Asian model, the only Korean model I have right now from South Korea. I hope I can get some more in the future. We have the Asiana A321 Neo from Aero Classics. Moving on to the retro fleet, we have the America West 737-200 in the newer color scheme, and one in the older color scheme. These were sold as a set from Gemini in, I think, 2005. Here we have a British Airways 757-200 in the Animals and Trees. I think it's the Botswana livery. And we have 2 Egypt Air 707s. So old models, don't really use them very often. And ending off this section here, we have the World Atlantic MD-83. I know, or MD-82, I think. But I know it's still flying, but honestly, well, it might still be flying, but I don't see it very often, and it is a pretty old plane in age, so that's why it's over here. All right, starting off the U.S. fleet, we have the only custom, but maybe not for long. We have the NW Air, which is a fictional airline, Saab 340B. This used to be a WestJet Saab, but they retired those, so I'm using it as a custom now. Contour E145, lovely little model. Oh, by the way, pretty much every model from here, unless otherwise stated, is going to be a Gemini Jets release, so just assume that. JSX E145, another great model I've gotten recently. Another model I've gotten recently, here we have the American Eagle CRJ 200 from the set earlier this year, or last year, sorry. Great model. This one's an Aero Classics release. Here we have the American Airlines A321 in the PSA Heritage livery. PSA is one of those airlines I want to grow my fleet with. The only other American Airlines plane I have, I definitely do need to increase my fleet with them. I have the A320 in the standard new livery. Also an airline I want to increase my fleet with here, Allegiant A320 in the newer Allegiant livery. Pretty old one. We have my Frontier Dragon Wings A319 in, I don't remember what the manatee on the back was. I think it's a sea lion or manatee. And here we have the lovely A Mint Summer's Dream JetBlue A321neo from NG Models. This is a great model. I love this one. I believe it's in the ribbons tail here. Here in the barcode tail, we have Blue Yorker, JetBlue A320 from Aero Classics. Great model. Delta connection into the Delta fleet here. We have the Delta Connection CRJ-900. And one of the more recent acquires here, we have the Delta A220-100. Really like this model from Gemini Jets as well. From NG Models, we have the Delta A320 in the smaller titles, and the Delta 737-800. Here we have a large Skymarks, I believe it's, 1:1 50 scale Delta A321neo. Do want to get one of these in 400 scale pretty soon. Maybe let's get a better view here. We have the Delta A330-300 here from Gemini. From Dragon, we have the Delta 767-400 in the Ron Allen livery. Moving on to Alaska Airlines. I'm technically Hawaiian too, but we have the A330-200 in the Hawaiian livery here. This is also a pretty new release I've gotten recently. Alaska Max 8 in standard livery. Definitely need to get more standards. We have one broken and one non-broken 900 in the, I believe it's the UNCF livery. And we have the old Retro Horizon and modern livery Embraer 175s. All right, let's move on. Oh wait, I forgot to mention the Southwest 737-800 from Skymarks 1:130 scale. And I think it's 1:400, maybe the Vietnam Airlines over there. Okay, on to the largest airline in my collection here, United Airlines, and my personal favorite airline. I'm counting these special liveries as United as well, because they used to, or even still do, operate for United Express in the case of the SkyWest. Here we have the Air Wisconsin CRJ 200. We have the, that's from Gemini, my only 3D design deck, but not for long. We have the CRJ 200 SkyWest. And we have four, oh my god, the holy grail here, 4 United Express CRJ-550s. And I have 4 Embraer 175s on the way. Oh my gosh, I definitely like United Express. That's why I have so many of them. United Max 8 and United Together, or being United livery. Also, all these are in Evo Blue, if it's not already noticeable. Dash 700 from Gemini Jets. A321neo from Gemini Jets. Great model here. And here we have the NG models, 767-300. Looks very nice. That's a pretty nice model, pretty rare now. And we have the, this is Phoenix. This is a really impressive model from Phoenix. The United Evo Blue 787-8. We have the, not Evo Blue, but the Unicon Star Alliance. I know it looks different now, but I'm still using it here. The 777-200. I actually flew on this exact same livery, not the same registration, but who cares? And finally, the flagship of United, the 777-300ER. And to wrap up all 63 models here, we have one of my two rarest right now. We have the lovely Antonov 126, I think. Oh no, Antonov 124. I keep forgetting the name. Here you have the 124 with Volga Denper. This is a Gemini Select release from 2007. Very heavy, very rare. And my rarest model is the Orbis Company exclusive Gemini Jets Orbis Flying Eye Hospital MD-10. There, I think, are only like around 150 of these. They're very rare models, and they were handed out to Orbis Company employees. And I'm very glad to have one of these in my collection. Definitely the pride and joy. Also, I've redone the collection room, so you can see all my models here. All mostly Gemini Jets in my collection, but you know, they are the easiest to acquire in the US. But that is my full collection. Now let's go on to future collection plans. We have the E175s arriving pretty soon. We have a few other Japanese models I'm going to be getting near term. I definitely want to get a Delta CRJ 700 and a bunch more models like that, regional jets from American Eagle, Delta Connection. I want to build up that Delta fleet, but right now priority is on getting more United. Unicon A319 might be joining the fleet for United, a custom from a good friend of mine that might be joining. It's not a guarantee yet. But otherwise, everything's looking great here. We got a lot of big plans for the Big 2.6, so keep your eyes peeled on the channel for that. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe. I have a lot of other content just like this if you are enjoying. And have a great rest of your day, everybody.